We are racing. Fast start for Call Me Gusto. Also the newcomer Grail flashing speed from the inside. Bourbon on Fire and Fierce Debate is keen to go on. And something to miss. Bourbon on Fire just had to tap the brakes there into the first turn. Where up top, Grail leads the way to the outside. Call Me Gusto will press from second. Fierce Debate away into third position now. Bourbon on Fire settles along in fourth, right to the inside of Close Knit. Then a couple lengths further back, it's Pour Me a Double, who races a mid-flight in the sixth position, about 7 lengths off the lead. Then comes the gray Western River, 3/4 of a length back to Formal Then about a length and a half further back to Golden Purchase and Rich Strike. Out at the back of the pack, 12 lengths top to bottom up the backside. And they start to slow down here, 25 and 3, as the pace setters backing up to the field. It's Grail and Call Me Gusto fostering out those slow fractions. That pair matching strides, 2 in front of Fierce Debate from third. Close Knit is fourth behind a half, 51 and 1 into the far turn. Then we trail back 2 lengths to Bourbon on Fire, who's shaded by Pour Me a Double. Rounding the turn, Call Me Gusto to the outside, Grail to the inside. There's still 3 clear. Up Fierce Debate, who's in third. Up to the outside, Close Knit launches up into fourth. And right on their back, Bourbon on Fire's fifth. Full of Run gonna have to try to push his way out as he's covered up right now, though, outside the 3/16 mile pole. And Call Me Gusto cut loose to the outside. And Call Me Gusto off the turn in front by 2. Here's Close Knit, who's on the attack, and Close Knit coming full bore down the center. Has 1 furlong to get. Call Me Gusto shaken up top by Colby. Call Me Gusto still finding, and Call Me Gusto holding Close Knit. And Call Me Gusto 7-1 winner to take the night, sponsored by Run Happy by almost 2 in the end. Close Knit was second, and then a photograph or tight finish for third in 1:39 and 2.
And the run. Good beginning. Shackles fly toward the inside. Sauced breaks alertly as well. Paint Your Wagon down toward the rails, not far behind. In fact, races up on through to take the lead. So Paint Your Wagon keyed up and in front. Sauced is running in second. Twitchy comes on to grab third as they race up the chute and come for the main track. 8 Rest of It Headstrong. Paint Your Wagon shows the way. Sauced is right there running in second. Twitchy joins them on the outside third. Shackles fly backs off into fourth. Keen Mind comes away fifth. Rich Strike advancing inside sixth. Michael Collins is running along in seventh. Loonshot is eighth by 4. Relatively's back in ninth instead of El Bandera. Brazil Nut the trailer. 10 lengths from top to bottom as Paint Your Wagon heads down the backstretch run. Throws down a quarter in a swift 22 and 4/5 seconds. The opening half in 46 and 2. Pace is solid and Paint Your Wagon's in front. Opening back up now. A length and a half. Rich Strike, steady progress, up into second now, angles off the rail into second. Twitchy's right there outside while third. Then it's Sauced in fourth. Loonshot looms a danger. 6th, 5th, and now 4th toward the inside. And Keen Mind switches to the outside for the final quarter mile. They're off the turn, and just like that, Rich Strike rolls up and takes charge. Rich Strike with an inside run, angled out, and takes off for the 8th pole. Opening up by 6 now. Paint Your Wagon is left behind in second with Loonshot, Twitchy, and everybody else. Rich Strike now by 10, now by 12. Rich Strike, this race was never in doubt. Wins it by at least, maybe even 15 on the wire. Big win there. Loonshot, Paint Your Wagon, relatively.
They're off. There goes Sport Pepper, and there goes Red Label. Red Label, determined to have the lead. Sport Pepper's going to try to go with him, though, and Pilati's there down toward the inside, away running in the third position. It is Red Label with a short lead, but now Sport Pepper takes over from the outside into the first turn. Sport Pepper outward from the rail, leads it by a half length. Red Label second by 2. Elusive Target third a half length outside of Pilati in fourth by 2 lengths. Then Britain's Kitten against the rail in fifth by a length and a half. Rich Strike is sixth up toward the inside, and Tijuana's last of the 7. It's 23.13 seconds the time for the opening quarter, with Sport Pepper the leader. Sport Pepper on the backstretch leads it by a length. Red Label right there to the inside. Here's Bellotti moving up between horses third, a length off the lead. Elusive Target fourth to the far outside. Then a break of 3 more lengths back to Britain's Kitten just to the outside of Rich Strike, who hugs the rail to the far turn, and Tijuana's is still last. It was 46.75 seconds for the opening half mile. Sport Pepper continues to show the way. Bellotti second by a half length now, and Red Label has lost some ground in third, down toward the inside by a length and a half. Then Elusive Target, who's also lost ground around the far turn. Britain's Kitten moves by to the inside of that one in fourth as they swing on by the quarter pole to the top of the short stretch. Sport Pepper leading Bellotti by 2 lengths. Britain's Kitten third, still 5 from the lead. And then Red Label to the inside of that one. Sport Pepper into the stretch, coming toward the 8th pole, has a 3.5 length lead. Bellotti second, Britain's Kitten third. Up on the outside, it is Sport Pepper in front. And Britain's Kitten running on from second, still 3 lengths away, 2 lengths away. Sport Pepper the leader by 2.5. Here's Britain's Kitten taking aim a final time. Sport Pepper, Britain's Kitten, Sport Pepper. Corey Landry to win it. Britain's Kitten was across the line in second. Further back, Rich Strike rallied for third at the expense of Bellotti in fourth.
And they're off in the first running of the Gunrunner Stakes. There's Surfer Dude, who strikes out for Raylu Gutierrez. Epicenter and the maroon silks with the white cap right there at the leader's heels as Surfer Dude leads Epicenter into the clubhouse turn. Wait a minute, Hayes, and Rocket Dog needs to settle. Rocket Dog ranked toward the inside, tossing his head about there for Florent Giroux. Wait a minute, Hayes now in fourth as these 2-year-olds go to the back of the track. Then it's Kevin's Folly in fifth. Tejano Twist over toward the rail running in sixth. And among odds, Rich Strike has dropped back to last. The opening quarter in 24.41 seconds at the 5.5. And it's at the inside, Surfer Dude and Epicenter makes a move now for Brian Hernandez Jr. Epicenter confronts Surfer Dude. And these two together heading toward the half-mile pole with Rocket Dog lying in third. Wait a minute, Hayes is fourth. Tejano Twist saving ground has those white blinkers. Outside that is Kevin's Folly as they go toward the far turn. The trailer remains Rich Strike. Half mile up in 47.76 seconds. They round the far turn. The Dude's back in front. Surfer Dude narrowly from Epicenter. And these two come toward the top of the stretch, neck and neck. Epicenter and Surfer Dude as they take this tussle toward the quarter pole with Tejano Twist looking to draw in now for Joe Rocco Jr. It's Epicenter and Surfer Dude as they straighten for home. 3/4, 1 minute 12.57 seconds, and Epicenter has the advantage now over Surfer Dude as Tejano Twist comes charging on the outside into this final Fairgrounds furlong. Kevin's Folly's fourth as they come past the 16th with Brian Hernandez Jr. It's Epicenter, and Epicenter will be a good-looking winner of the Gunrunner Stakes. Epicenter wins by 6. Tejano Twist was second, Surfer Dude stayed on to run third, and Kevin's Folly finished fourth.
They are racing to a level beginning in the 32nd running of the Leonatus Stakes. And it was a good beginning for all. Quick start for Wish Me Home, also advancing underneath. Zumbi in a race broke sharply. 24 Mamba was put in tight in the first turn, run and checked, and as Chismoso just took up off heels, and that one is last. So eventful opening turn there for the field here in the Leonidas, and Erase, trouble-free, is cleared off by a length and a half. Zumbi will track him from second. Wish Me Home, the long shot, from third. Down on the inside, 24 Mamba now settles along in fourth to the inside of the favorite Friar Lawrence, who is fifth up the backside. Deep on the course is Ain't Straight, then a link further back to OP Firecracker, who is 2 in front of Rich Strike, then 2 back to Amicable, and after that check at the first turn, Chismoso can see them all. Up the backside they go, just outside a half mile to go. They got the quarter, 24 and 2. Comfortable fractions being set by Erase. The sun dialed in on the stretch out, shows the way by a half length. Zumbi applies the heat to the outside there in second. Wish Me Home from third. 24 Mamba, full of run to the inside, just need a clean place, and now races up to the inside of Zumbi and overtakes second. A link further back, it's OP Firecracker as they race around the turn. A race controlling the tempo here in the Leonidas. 24 Mamba set to strike from second. OP Firecracker moves 3 wide for the drive. Friar Lawrence is under the whip. The favorite is fourth and has 7 lengths to rate. He's in deep water, top of the home stretch, and Erase has made every yard, but he'll have to deal with 24 Mamba. Up to the outside, OP Firecracker has launched his assault. They're inside the final furlong, and it's Erase trying to hold in front by 2.5. 24 Mamba is not going to get to him, and Erase all the way, razor sharp to take the Leonidas Stakes in front-running fashion. Stops the timer in 1:39 and 3. Erase, the son of Dialed In, goes all the way for Bob LaPenton, the Madaket Stables, to win the 32nd running of the Leonidas. And they're off in the 39th running of the John Battaglia Memorial. for the lead from between horses, Pico Doro, but Gretzky the Great, the Grade 1 winner, will take it to him early, and Gretzky the Great leads the charge into the first turn. The Predicament away in the second position, up to the outside as they hit in that turn now advancing. There goes Pico Doro. Meanwhile, the Predicament is back into third. Like the King, settles along in fourth, a length in front of Twirling Mamba, who is fifth. Up to the outside, Moultrie away in the sixth position. Bakwina is 3 deep on the course as they go to turn up the backside. Then comes Hush of a Storm, who's shaded by notable exception behind a quarter quick, 23 and 4. And Hard Ride Guy is at the back of the pack. Up the backside they go. And it's Gretzky the Great who shows the way. Pico Doro keyed up to the outside. Now these two are on even terms as they approach the half-mile pole. The Predicament races into third position. Like the King stalks from the outside fourth. Twirling Mamba perfectly placed behind that tempo from fifth. Then a link for the back to Moultrie. Bakwina up the inside. Hush of a Storm starts to gain ground and catch the eye. Half mile 47 seconds flat. It's still Gretzky the Great and Pico Doro. These two continue to spar for the lead. Like the King is being turned on for some more speed. Whip comes out on the Predicament. Here comes Hush of a Storm, who's gaining ground as they race around the turn to the top of the home stretch. And Gretzky the Great will turn him in. Gretzky the Great off the turn by a length. Up to the outside. Here's Like the King. 3 wide. Hush of a Storm is coming at him and coming on. Many chances as they're in the final furlong in the Battaglia. 3 across the course. Hush of a Storm in the middle. Like the King. Gretzky the Great being put to a test. Meanwhile, Hard Ride Guy tried to sneak through, but that hole got tightened. Hush of a Storm sweeping up in Hush at the Storm. Hush of a Storm was best in the Battaglia. He stops the timer in 1:44 flat. Locked up. They are at the post. And they are racing in the 51st running of the Jeff Ruby Stakes. Good beginning for all. Quick start from the outside for Swing Shift. Also Great Escape is flashing speed. And from between those two, as expected, Dalajack Chief is forwardly placed. Tawny Port came away racing in the 4th position. Cabo Spirit is 5th early. Tis the Bomb hovers to the outside of that one in 6th as they take on the first turn. Stolen Base from between horses towards his inside is Royal Spirit. A link for the back to Red Run, who's about 2 or 3 in front of Constitutional Lawyer, and Rich Strike is last of them all. They work around the turn with 6 furlongs to go. The first quarter of the Ruby was 23 and 1. The leader, Dalajack Chief, just from Swing Shift. Down on the inside, Great Escape is 3rd as they continue to run up the backside. Deep on the course, there goes Tis the Bomb to engage from the extreme outside. It is Tawny Port. In between horses, sandwiched is Opti-Go-Go. Down along the inside, Royal Spirit is next. A half mile, 47 seconds flat. The leader is still Dalajack Chief, and James Graham show the way a length and a half to Swing Shift. From between horses, Cabo Spirit to the inside. There goes Tis the Bomb, who blast up to the outside of Tawny Port. Those two moving together as the half mile, 47 seconds flat. Just outside, a quarter to go here in the Ruby. 3 quarters, 11 and 1. And they stack up 3 deep, and Tawny Port comes calling for the lead. Dalajack Chief is being implored for some speed. Tis the Bomb to the outside in 3rd. And Stolen Base has kicked it into gear. He's going to kick wide for the drive. Top of the home stretch of the Jeff Ruby. And Tis the Bomb forging to the front. Tawny Port under a full-out drive to the inside in 2nd. Up the inside, still fighting on Dalajack Chief. Late on the scene, down the center comes Opti-Go-Go. 1:16 to go. Tis the Bomb is still there. Tis the Bomb indeed. Winch wrapped up the end by almost 2.5. Tawny Port was 2nd. The running time for Tis the Bomb, 1:40.